Hi, Aries. Welcome. Okay. Knight of Swords coming out first and foremost. So this is a pretty amazing energy for you guys. I like this card for Aries because it's very directed. You know, it's very cardinal, even though it's a card of Gemini. You may be dealing with a Gemini, actually. But it is very focused. And when a Knight of Swords has a goal, it goes towards the goal, plain and simple. And yet there is an element of grace too. If you're dealing with someone else, doesn't have to be a Gemini, it can be any sign, but if you're dealing with someone else and this represents their energy, they could be kind of being aggressive with you. They could be kind of irritable. And maybe you're a little bit irritable. I think this could have a lot to do with the Mercury-Uranus, Venus-Uranus, Venus working her way into a tight square with Pluto. I mean, people are on edge right now, for sure. And yet somehow, of all the signs, we always expect Aries to be a little bit like, but not this month. I don't think so. I really don't. Now, if you're dealing with an Aries who's totally unloaded on you, they're probably operating on the lower expression of Aries. But people watching my videos, they're not operating there. You've grown past that, you know, and you're taking on that higher expression of Aries, which is all about new things, right? It's about the new adventures. It's about carving paths, you know? I often see Aries, my sister, my older sister, she's an Aries. And I like Aries for eldest children because that's kind of the energy that they need to like carve the path for the younger siblings, you know, to like kind of work out all the kinks, to be at the front of the trenches doing all the dirty work as their parents are trying to figure it out, you know. And I think that that's kind of the essence of what you're doing. You're carving paths. You're carving paths for followers. And if you don't have followers, you're probably going to start getting followers, right? Romantic partnerships, new kinds of circles of friends, new sort of leadership roles at work, that kind of thing. It's all on the docket for you. It's all a possibility. Page of Wands came out for Pisces too, which is relevant because it's in your 12th house. So head held high. You may be leaving chaos in behind you. It's very possible that you're leaving a state of chaos. It's very possible that that state of chaos was a long time ago and you're only just now really making your way through it. The Knight of Swords, when it's you, is exactly the kind of vibe that you need. When it's someone else, it's exactly the kind of vibe you need to leave. This is probably someone who's, a little obsessed or like really projecting stuff, who doesn't really think about the repercussions of their actions, that kind of thing. And you're just not having it. You're very directed. If you're dealing with an Aries right now, you're probably not going to get them to sway too much from like what they've got going on for themselves. They are like straight shot to Leo season right now. And they're excited for this summer. They're excited for planting the seeds and the seeds they've already planted. And they're excited to like watch those seeds grow. So nothing can really stop them. Nothing's going to sway them. Nothing's going to interrupt their focus. They're really in the zone. Feeling very empowered by what has recently transpired. Hard at work. This is what they're doing. Head down. They're not answering your calls, probably. They're probably at the office more than normal, making more phone calls more than normal. They are in the trenches, for reals. They are carving that path for themselves. And they have no problem. Like, they're really good at this. This is a really good energy for Aries when they're focused and they know what they want. So, like, look out. Honestly, look out, because I don't think we've seen the best of Aries for a long time, you know? And even if you're living this awesome life, you're taking it to the next level, whatever that means for you as an individual. Like, really. You really are. You're going to start making more money. You're going to start, and it's not even like you're trying to make money. You're just putting your best into what you're doing. So here's the conflict, right? It's to be expected. Now, I do think you're going to be taking on like being more graceful, and that typical, stereotypical Aries impulse, quick to fire, quick to jump kind of thing. It's only going to be utilized if someone really pushes you. And there may be some people that really try you. They really try to get to you. To be expected. There are a lot of people who are operating in the lower expression of their archetypes that are going to be a mess. Or you've probably already seen that, like, oh my God, like that person is such a disaster, because they don't have that awareness yet. And that's fine. It's a part of their journey. So compassion is needed. But Aries, I see you taking on more defensive roles rather than being more like aggressive. You'll stand up for yourself 100%. There could be issues that come up at work. There could be issues that come up with money. There could be issues that come up with your romantic partner or in dating or whatever. But see, you knock it out of the park. You handle it the way you just handle it. You just manage it. And there's no question, and everyone can trust Aries to handle it. So you are... What is this saying? Like picking them off like flies? Like pew, pew, pew. Like I kind of feel like that's what you're doing. Just like all the little nuisances in your life, just like pew, 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 getting rid of all of them so you can just walk through nuisance free. So, because you know what you're fighting for. I think Aries has found some kind of cause. It's really scary when Aries doesn't have a cause, because these warriors, they need a fight to fight. It's their wiring. And when Aries is lost and doesn't know what to fight, they're just going to fight with anyone and anything. But if they know what they're trying to do and they know where they're trying to get, then they're like the best people ever. And they're the most likely to progress very, very quickly because they can just do it, So anyway, you guys know I love my Aries. I'm realizing how many Aries friends I actually have. It's pretty crazy. I have a lot of Aries friends. I've dated a couple Aries guys. Super cool people. And here we go. Ace of Coins. I mean, it's not a surprise. We all know that when we put energy and effort into something that we get the benefit. We all know that when we don't worry about the result, which is the money, the results just come. When we don't worry about the engagement ring, then it's probably on its way kind of thing, like when we're just happy being in the moment, like an Eight of Coins energy represents, being happy with the flow, being happy with the process, not being happy with the reaping of the rewards. Like Eight of Coins is someone who just loves what they do, and with or without the reward, they're going to do it anyway. So Ace of Coins is just like a result, because Aries is not creating any resistance for that energy flow in. And when you start loving yourself, it's the same thing. When you love this and you love the growth process and the transformational process, which we're definitely going to be feeling with that new full moon in Scorpio, when we fall in love with that, then love of others is very close behind. It's very close behind. You're really being like a trailblazer. Can I say that? When you take this energy on, it's trailblazing. So people are going to follow that trail. This one for sure. Okay. This is a pretty mild reading for you, which I think is, you're like, oh, thank God. It's pretty mild. And Page of Coins, Page of Wands. You could be dealing with earth and fire people, Virgo, Sagittarius specifically, but could be any fire, right? Sagittarius, Leo, or any earth, Capricorn, Taurus as well. There could be an element of brutal honesty here as well. And I think there's also an element of skepticism of working with other people. I think Aries, as much as you like people and you like creating with others and you like collaborating and all of that, as much as you like that stuff, when Mars goes into Cancer, you are going to feel this like, nope, I got to do it on my own. I really, I need to be my own leader and my own team. And when I really need someone, then I can pull someone in. These are people that want a part of what you've got going on. People that want to date you, people that want to talk to you, people that want to do business with you, people that want to, just be your friend, because they see how cool you are. So they just want to be your friend. But you're kind of like, great, like, thank you, I appreciate it, but, maybe later, like, I got stuff I got to do. You may be isolated. And you may be annoyed, actually. It's what some of these people are trying to do. I'm getting a clingy vibe, actually, now that I'm kind of sitting with this. I'm getting clinging. People trying to cling to you, like, hey, Aries. And again, the nuisance is, right, picking off the flies, just pew, pew, pew. And they can't really match your force right now. They don't match your enthusiasm. They don't match your dream, your mission, and all of that. So Aries, I do think that you are kind of on your own in terms of like making your dream happen temporarily. We'll see what else comes out here though. I do see a genuine nature, though, with the people that are trying to connect with you. So if the chemistry is not right, that's one thing. But they are genuinely interested. Oh, something fell over. Okay, Queen of Cups. See, this is kind of what I'm talking about. When your ruling planet goes into Cancer, you take on kind of a Cancerian vibe. Cancer is also cardinal. It's also powerful with its association, right? Cross association with Capricorn. It has its own way of going about doing things, though. It's a lot more fluid. Water, right? It goes around obstacles, which means, Aries, you don't need to spend or extend a lot of energy plowing through boulders. You just simply go around them. And maybe these are even boulders, maybe these are. Sometimes the definition of focus means saying no to really good opportunities, to really good people. And it's okay. You can't be everything to everyone. And I see you being very connected, like really deeply connected with the essence of what you are. You are going to take on a new appreciation for your spiritual self. You're going to continue learning a lot about your spirituality. And it is the new lessons in spirituality that are propelling you forward in the world, that is creating all this worldly stuff. You may feel deep emotions. Mars opposing Pluto, Mars opposing Saturn the next few months. So yeah, you may feel deep emotions. And you may feel the purge happening emotionally, especially when Mercury gets in there and when Venus makes her way in there, all happening again the next few months. So it's not that far away, but it's going to be like in and out as well. There's an isolated quality with Cancerian energy. There is a boundary or barrier, which tells me that you're just really protecting what's yours. And I think that's good, honestly, protecting your energy, protecting your home environment, protecting your career, protecting your finances from potentially someone who's a little bit of like a mess. Someone who's like a mess. I'm trying to think, I'm like, of course you care. I just don't know that you care enough. I just don't know that you care enough. It's possible this person may almost demand help from you. They may come in and be like, Aries, you need to help me. You have to do this. You have to do that. And you're like, I don't have to do anything. And it's not to hurt them. In fact, your lack of involvement and your lack of taking care of it is probably the best lesson that they'll ever learn. Because they are just all in their tunnel, all in their little world. They don't have perspective on their perspective. And while you're out here trailblazing, they're out there creating chaos. And I don't know that Aries can handle the chaos. They just can't. Like, especially not right now, not with Mars in Cancer. Like, they can't handle it. Aries, you are probably going to be indoors a lot. Unless you have like really active placements in your chart that contradict me. But in general, generally speaking, the Mars in Cancer is going to withdraw. And in that retreat time, you will probably accomplish more in the next 2 months than you have in like the past 4 months combined, or 6 months, or a year combined maybe. So that's what the trailblazing is, you know, like you're pushing. If you are feeling concerned, because I'm sitting here saying all this, and you're like, oh my God, Jane, I have no idea what I want to do. How do I want to grow? Where do I want to take this? Where do I want to take that? You know, the intuition is it's so important. So these are very connected. Queen of Cups being ruled by the moon. And then you have the moon energy in the corner of that Two of Swords. It's the intuitive voice. You have the Holy Grail. You have the key to what you're looking for. You have the key of what you're looking for. You do. And I think you're going to know that, right? Everything that everyone else is offering, like they're going to sell it like, I have the key. I can help you. I can do this. I can do that. And you're going to be like, nah, you don't have what I need. You don't got it. Sorry, you just don't got it. You got it. You have the Holy Grail. I say the Holy Grail because her cup looks different and she's the only one that holds like the thing of her element in it that looks different. She's the only court card that has that. So it's special. It's relevant. It's important to point it out. When you feel like at a crossroads, it means you're not really listening. And you need to find peace. You need to pick the path of peace. If there is really no path that gives you more peace than the other path, then there is no wrong choice. If you feel stagnant, if you feel like something is being like a resistant force, just don't pick anything and just do the spiritual work and engage in your hobbies, engage in the things that you love to do. Until the answer becomes clear. And then we get the devil. The devil is an energy of attachment. But see, Aries, it's also a card of commitment. Some of you are needing to detach from one commitment and attach to a commitment with yourself. Normally, I say this is a card of as above, so below. So when we are looking at our external world and our current relationships and something isn't going as well or as expected, it is worthwhile to look inside yourself and say, okay, well, where is this triggering me? How is this affecting me? And to really go through that whole psychological process to really understand why this particular thing is so hard. And what it is that you're hanging on to and why you're hanging on to that thing. It is important, to understand why we're doing certain things, because when we can get down to the real crux of a problem, then we can genuinely alleviate the problem so that it's never really a problem again. So the commitment is shifting. Commitment to an attachment that's negative to a commitment to self. And this can be a beautiful card. When we allow it to be and when it's internalized, because we then have the power and feel empowered to live into our highest self in a daily basis, in a practical kind of way, not in this like, oh, I have all of the spiritual things and I'm going to sit and meditate all day. Like, no, this is stuff you can take to the office with you and live with that fire burning inside of you at all times. So this is, I think, a healthy thing for you in a lot of ways. We'll talk about its relationship to the Knight of Swords, though, when we do the clarification. So let's go ahead and put this camera down so you can see the cards here. Oh, whoops, hold on. I forget how I do this. I don't know why I forget like every time. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. I ordered like a thing and then they sent me completely the wrong piece. So I had to send it back and they haven't sent the new piece again. So, or the right piece rather, to make this better. Okay. Let's use this deck for additional information. It's my air conditioning. Sorry, it's so loud. Like that one. Completion, 4 of Wands. 4th house. I think the next 2 months, you're going to feel really stable. Like really stable. And there's going to be some good things going on for you. Ace of Coins. Again, another Ace of Coins. This is the only major arcana that we got. Interesting. So it's about the small things this month. Taking care of the small things, doing the small tasks, going to the gym, working on your finances, getting your budgets in order, you know, going out and just having drinks with friends and like seriously no pressure. You're much more stable than you think, and you have more opportunities coming than you think, more money coming than you think. If you do not have another form of income and you're stressed about money, there's going to be a moment of inspiration that comes to you that will illuminate a path. You know, we don't need to be afraid of not having money, right? It's okay to like be stressed or to be strapped. And it's okay to, you know, we shouldn't be afraid of also wanting more, you know? Like it's just a tool for us to use. So it is really important for us to treat it as such and to not put it on such a pedestal. Solar eclipse revolution. Numbers 4-4. So numbers 4-4 do have a lot to do with money. So, okay. You know, Venus coming into the 2nd house, Mercury, a planet of business and commerce, coming into the 2nd house. Sun has been in the 2nd house. We have Jupiter in the 9th house, and it's going to be making its way into the 10th house in November. So there's a lot of business kinds of energy at play here. So we make our way toward Virgo season. Those opportunities are going to become more and more apparent. So it will not happen overnight, okay? But you are, let's use the word, revolutionizing your life. You are breaking patterns and creating new, healthier, better habits, okay? So this is a very encouraging reading for you for the upcoming couple months. Like I said, you're more stable than you think. And any blips on the radar for money, it's just a blip on the radar. So don't give it more power than it merits, okay? So I'm going to have to talk about these nights in 2 totally different ways because I'm getting opposite kinds of vibes from them. So we are going to have a multiple narrative. Okay, so these are cards that I'm going to be covering in the comprehensive, which the link will be down below in the description box. So we'd usually talk for another 20 to 25 minutes. So let's see what else comes out here. For the Page of Wands. Ooh, another Queen of Cups. You're taking on this really like a leadership role, but it's more leadership through nurturing. A very nurturing quality. Another 2 of Swords. You're going to be questioning that Page of Wands for sure. It's important that you don't get fooled or, can I use this silly word, like bamboozled, you know, to not be... Like, be careful of the dollar signs in your eyes. Focus on the 8 of Coins. Yeah, seriously. Be cognizant of the dollar signs in your eyes. Do your thing. Your thing. So where are all the majors? Okay, well, there you are. Page of Swords is good. It's open. A couple of Gemini energies coming through, so it's possible you're dealing with a Gemini style person. Ace of Coins and a Tower. Interesting that that Ace of Coins is going to be somewhat problematic for other people. It's going to cause stress for other people. Oh my God, all these pages. Like, enough already, right? Lovers. Another Gemini card. Okay, we just got 3 angels with red wings coming out in a row. That's something to pay attention to in terms of guidance and connecting with your guides, which is why your spirituality is going to be important and your meditations are going to be important. You don't necessarily have to meditate to connect with your guides, like with that kind of agenda, but to be open to receiving messages, you know, and be open to guidance. I'm getting contradictions, so we'll talk about it. Contradictions are tough for me as a reader, but sometimes life just makes you feel 2 different things all at once, you know, and you just gotta have to be like, okay, I'll feel 2 things. Another Ace of Coins, so 3 Ace of Coins, you guys, like seriously, all upright. 9 of Swords, King of Swords. There seems to be a little bit of guilt around this growth. Why? Why are you feeling guilty? Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah. So the Page of Wands, I'm very concerned about. Very concerned about the Page of Wands. Okay? So we'll talk about it. So if you want to join me, you're more than welcome. The link will be down below again in the description box, like I said before. If not, then I will see you next month, and I hope you have an amazing full moon in Scorpio. Thank you guys so much. Take care.